Hey, salutations, everyone. I wanted to just kind of come back real quick. I just happened to just see this clip of an interview that Cam and Show just did with Cam Newton, and I kind of thought that this was kind of a pretty decent segue into what I reacted to a little while ago with the whole feminine and masculine roles. And so in this clip, Cam and Show became emotional as she was speaking on her perspective on how important it is for black men to maintain homes, like not non-broken homes. And it seemed like the broken home emphasis is always comes back to Cam Newton on the show, because like anytime there's ever since the whole broken homes conversation was discussed with him and Dr. Bryant, it just seemed like it kind of just trickled down to every interview that they is always gonna come up. I just noticed that. And so she was basically just kind of giving she was echoing the opinions of a lot of women who feel like they're unprotected, they're unloved, and they feel like men are not, they're not stepping up to the plate when it comes to maintaining homes, when they build families. Like, they're so easy for them to have children all over the place, but they're not maintaining homes or not marrying the individuals that they have children with. The family dynamic is broken and the cycle is broken. And so I really wanted to do a reaction piece on this, because even though I do understand where Cam and Show is coming from completely, but when you want to talk about this type of, if you want to have this type of conversation about how important it is for us to get back to the family dynamic, get back to black families being together and creating happier homes, it starts with women. It starts with us as women. It starts with us as women. And I'm going to say it again, as a woman. It starts with us as women, because we make the decision as to what we settle for. And so whatever you settle for, a man is going to gravitate to. If you're not going to be the one to enforce those standards because you are so eager to not want to be alone, or you're so eager to not see past what you want, you're so eager to be with that person, and you're willing to settle for less than what you deserve, or less than what your expectations, and because you decide on that, you can't hold that man accountable for giving you whatever it is you accept. If you accept it, that's what they're going to give you. Nothing more, nothing less. It's the bar. Yeah, the bar sets with you. The accountability starts with you, because a man is going to do whatever you allow them to get away with, without any accountability, without any real consequences, or not allowing them to accept consequences of certain things that they do, and you continue to give them chance after chance without earning it. Oh yeah, you're going to continue the cycle. It's going to continue to happen. So yes, I do understand that. Yes, men, especially adult men, when they become men of a certain age and a certain status, I think that is time for them to take accountability and maintain a level of dignity at some point, without being told to, or without being held to the fire. You got to do it on your own. But again, it starts with you, because I know it's all, with black women, when you see during this interview, she says that we're the most mimicked, we're the most unprotected, we're the most unloved. But first of all, we got to allow ourselves to be loved, okay? We got to allow ourselves to safe space to do that. And it starts with us. Again, self-care, therapy, all those things. When you jump into situations, whether it's be relationships, friendships, when you jump into certain things where you want to, where you require love and stability, but you haven't done enough work on yourself to understand what that looks like, then, you're not going to receive what you expect. You're going to, receive less than that, or none at all. So like I said, it starts with you. And about us being the most mimicked, I just think that, hey, if that's the case, apparently it works, because it's like, you unfortunately you have a lot of black men who date outside their race, which is something I don't find anything, excuse me, which is something I don't find anything wrong with. But I also feel like if you're going to make that decision, just do it for the right reasons. Don't do it at the expense of putting down a black woman. I don't think that's fair either, because we are not all the same. You know, we come in different forms. You know, so we need to stop that as well. But then we as black women, if we are so unloved and we so mimicked and we're so this and that, we need to find ways to, allow the space to not allow us to be drawn to the idea of being distrusting or not using much discernment. And you have to be able to be prepared, and you have to be equipped to receive the love that you want, to receive the protection that you want, because you have a lot of, whether you are around people in reality, in real time, or on TV, or on TV shows, one of the first things they say is that I don't need you to protect me. I got me. I'm good here. I don't need your protection. I don't need you for this. I don't need you for that. I can do it on my own. Pick your struggles. Pick your struggle. That's all I'm saying. Just pick your struggles, ladies and gentlemen. That's all. And everything will be okay. You just got to pick your struggle. But let me give you some of this here.
Where it's predominantly white. One, they go home at 5 and 6 o'clock when they're producing, because they go home to their families. Being a country singer, if you are a singer in country music, you're a man. If you are not married, it is not respected. Family is respected in country music in that space. But in our space, we are singing about side chicks. We are glorifying a lot of women. That's not what happens in Nashville. You can't call a woman a bitch, a hoe in Nashville, because they'll never even listen to your music, and your professional career will suffer. At what point in the black community do our men create real homes?
Okay, let me stop there real quick and interject about how lyrical content plays a part, and I get the gist of what she's saying here about how certain music is not allowed in certain spaces when women are being referred in a derogatory way. But K. Michelle, honey, love you. I've been a fan of yours for years. Even before you became a Love and Hip Hop star, I've followed your EPs and all that good stuff. Back when we had all the blue hair going on. But you were one of those who was cursing men out in your music. I mean, you've been on platforms and you've been trashing men in your music for years. So it goes both ways. And glorifying side pieces that I don't agree with either. But I think it's just nowadays it's a more of a trend where side pieces are women who attach themselves to men who appear to be unavailable to them. They have a platform now. Now it's become trending now to where they're able to have a voice now. They have a voice. Before, they was in the background. And don't get me wrong, I will tell you in a minute, cheating is a deal breaker for me. That form of betrayal should not be acceptable in any form. And but I know for a fact that I'm not naive to the fact that there were times where when a man had a whole nother family or a whole nother situation going on outside the marriage and outside their marital home, but you never knew about it, because you know what happened, because that man regulated. It was he regulated things when it came to what was going on outside of his marital home. He made sure that whatever side piece he dealt with, they knew their place. That sideline hoe understood their place. But now there's no boundary there, because these men now allow these women to come out the woodwork and, say loud and proud that they took your man, or they are sharing the same space with their man, and the man is allowing this, and if there's no boundary, there's no line that's drawn. And we as women allow this. We allow it. We sometimes protect it. We continue to endure it. But yet you don't want the songs to come out about us as women in a derogatory way. But that is that's it's okay for you to portray yourself in the way that you don't want to be spoken about. Let's just let that sink in a little bit, okay? All right, let's get back.
And even talking, just our first time talking, and you said you didn't even mean for that to happen. Life happens. I'm not here to judge life. I'm looking at a successful black man that has the ability to literally turn the narrative on black family. And my grandfather, I watch my uncles and everything. My whole family, they're married. I'm not the girl who didn't see what a man creating a black family is supposed to be. So I'm asking right now, black men, black men to really step up for black women and create families.
Yeah.
It's really not cool. Black men are attacking black women, and it's not cool. They're not creating homes. They're creating babies everywhere. It's not cool. And I'm asking you, other successful black men, to be, you have to set an example as leads. The cute social media back and forth on black women. Black women are strong. Black women are where you come from, this and that. So there probably isn't any sympathy for you and just life happening, because there's so many other things around you going on that are not fair to black women. What is going on with the black family? We are consistently creating the cycle of kids who can't come home and see their daddy there, and they see their mama sad at night. At what point is the successful black men in this world going to step in and really create structure? I see white men doing it every day. I get to witness the best of both worlds every day. Getting on stage singing R&B, being here in Atlanta, I get to sing R&B, but then I get to go to Nashville and be like, you mean you ain't staying out till 6 in the morning? You gonna go home to your family? You gonna write this song and leave at 5 and 6 because you gonna take care of your family and your wife? At what point do the successful black men build black families? We ain't gonna ever have a black family if y'all don't do it. We're never gonna have it. It's just not gonna happen. So if your mentality is, yes, things happen, and I'm not knocking you for that, I didn't come here for that, but at what point do you take that black woman? Do you be in a home and show your kids what it's like? At what point do you take a grip to it, not make excuses for it or mantras and things like that? It is so unfair to black women who have been the strength and builders of so many things. And I know life happens. You can't be with somebody you don't want to be with or whatever. But my grandparents did it. My grandfather, 92, died when he was 92, my best friend. I never seen another type of man. That's why I turned down 3 rings. Because they wasn't like my grandpa. My grandfather raised 9 kids on his own because my grandmama died before I could even meet her. What point are our black men going to stop the bullshit, the social media shit and all of that, and build black homes. If we don't build black homes, we can't depend on white folk to build black homes. So when you see somebody like your significant other who clearly loves you, and it's all these black women rooting for her, rooting for you, they want you to build a black home. That's their anger. They don't know you. They can't judge you for anything else. They want you being who you are, being attractive, being successful. They want you to take hold and solidify and build a black home. That's not saying you're not taking care of the kids you have, because clearly you are, and you love your kids. Taking care of your kids and building a home is two different things. At what point are we going to stop these back and forths? Oh, this type of woman don't say nothing to me about that. Well, guess what? You just weak. Like, you want a strong woman around you. And I'm sorry, like, black women have just, that we get copied from hair to body to everything. Black women are the most unloved individuals in America, but the ones who have built.
The most mimicked.
Most mimicked. Good or bad mimic, you know? But we looking to you. We looking to you. A successful black man, we are looking to you to change the narrative. And when you don't, it becomes, go on that show and tear his ass up.
Mm-hmm. I received that.
Okay, and I received that as well, and I do understand it was well said. I mean, her point was well said, and I totally agree with a lot of what she said about black men stepping up and, you know, and just embracing more of us as black women. And I know sometimes it's not, we don't always make it easy, but you don't make it easy for us either. You know, I think it starts with us. You know, we have to, again, equal accountability. I think that, do I think that there are still good men out there that are able to do that? Yes. Do I know where all of them are? No, because we're not all in the same space at the same time, you know. And just to rebut what she said about white people not having broken homes, I disagree with that fully, because it's like this goes in all different cultures and all different ethnicities, different races. They have the same type of dynamic. Okay, so I just want to clear that up. But since we talk about black families, that's what the needle is stuck on that. So I just want to focus on that. Then I do agree that, you know, I think more black men do need to break the cycle and stop making it so difficult for us to love them and for us to be there for them and for them, because we have those black women. We have there's a lot of solid black women out there. But anyway, there's a lot of solid black women out there, and I honestly still don't believe that a lot of black men like us very much. I don't believe that a lot of black men like us black women. I think they only like us because we could bear their children, but that's as far as it goes. Any other way, I don't think they like us very much. But back to regularly scheduled programming. But the bottom line is that we still have to continue to grow within ourselves and be who we are, and just not wait for anyone to validate us, but continue to evolve in ourselves and allow God to order our steps. And I'm not one to insert God to every little thing, because I don't believe in that, but it's true. We do need to, black men do need to step up, but as women, we need to raise the bar as well. So I do appreciate what was said here. So let's see what Kim has to say.
And nothing but a white flag, because I have been guilty. But if we're going to have this conversation, I need to have this conversation. Just like you holding me accountable.
Hold me accountable.
I need black women to hold themselves.
Okay, come on, let's go. Right.
Okay, I was hoping that we was able to get his response in that clip, but I mean, but it says that his response says it all, about how black women need to be held accountable as well. So that's what I was kind of touching on throughout this reaction. So he kind of basically kind of hit the nail on the head right there. We both need to have a level of accountability when it comes to how we operate in our family units, how we navigate through life, how we navigate through relationships, friendships, how we navigate through our spiritual journeys, how we navigate through our mental health, our physical health. Accountability goes all across the board. So I'm glad that she was able to, respond to that the way she did. So that helps to know that she is willing to receive the whole concept of women being accountable. All right. So I just wanted to kind of get back on here real quick. I'm going to come back in a little while, but I just happened to see this clip and I wanted to discuss it. So thank you for your time again, and until next time,